Ooh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second day of the SLS. Once again, I'm Patrick with Chase. And Chase, are you ready for games that may just top the games we saw yesterday?
I mean, it's going to be tough. There was some fantastic games that we saw in there. A lot of objective control, a lot of kills going out. I mean, it was an interesting time. It was a fun time, too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Let's take a look at the teams we got competing today. Right. First off, we have Ashen Valkyrie, a team we have yet to see. We have Kabink in the top lane, Hybrid Carry in jungle, Dopabut Artist in the mid lane, Yillian in bot, and False for support.
Yeah, very strong team.
Very. And their sister team, Ashen Ascension, who we saw yesterday. We got King Mike coming out of the top lane. X Cadentorix in the jungle. Tommy 2-time mid. Killjoy 226 in bot lane with Dubs as support. Now, Chase, do you feel we're going to see a stronger showing from Ashen Ascension today? Because I feel like they have a lot more to show.
I think so. I think the hype was there for Tommy Two-Time last night, but I think this is where he's really going to show what he's got.
For sure. Can't wait to see what they have to offer.
No,
all right, just moments from now, we'll be tuning into Champion Select. But anything else you want to add before these games start?
I'm excited. I'm ready for this thing to
After
go.
yesterday, we can only go from up.
This is true. I love what happened yesterday, and there was some good games. Macro Gaming ended up taking both the games yesterday, but one of them was still pretty close.
With Macro Gaming not on the slate today, we are mere moments away from seeing a new victor. Guaranteed.
We are, and that's where we got to think. Who's going to pull ahead here? It's kind of nice.
All right. And technical difficulties aside, Champion Select is almost underway. So far, we are seeing a Skarner and Hecarim ban on the blue side with a Volibear ban on the red side. Visuals soon to come. Interesting bans coming out so far. First time I'm seeing the Skarner ban, but here's some good things about him, though. Might actually end up being a strong pick.
Yeah, he's one of those champions I love. You just kind of pinch your way around the map, and then you grab somebody with the tail and just throw them into your whole team. There's really nothing you can do to something like that.
As far as I know, that's exactly how Skarner works.
Right. It's fun. Plus, you get to play a little mini game collecting and getting his rift.
Seeing a set ban on the red side, followed by a Camille ban on the blue side. So, a little bit of pressure shown on the top laners here. 3 top lane bans and a Gragas ban to finish it off, and 3 jungle bans.
I like that Gragas ban. I mean, he is so powerful now that just the barrel combos alone are going to put you down. Plus, with that flash, it's just hard to beat.
Oh, for sure. All right, first pick will be coming in any moment for the top lane. We've seen a Pantheon pick.
That is powerful. One of those versatile champions. You can throw them top lane, jungle, mid lane, or support. You really don't know. You have the versatility with that one.
Depending on how aggressive the team, you could even see a Pantheon bot in a kill lane. Don't think we'll see that, but it's always a possibility.
I hope so.
Oh, and it looks like we're seeing another Caitlyn Morgana game from Ashen Ascension. Going for the comfort picks, going for that strong lane. We'll see if they show better results today.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was there. I think they just got overpowered by the Vayne Nami pick, but it's still a great combo. I mean, I still love that Caitlyn trap under the Morg bind. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to stop. Can't really do anything to get out of it.
Oh. Hey, there it is. All right, get caught up. So far on the blue side, we're seeing a Pantheon and Bard pick, so unlikely to be a Pantheon support, and a Caitlyn Morgana pick on the side of Ashen Ascension. It appears we have the names inverted once more. Well, one day, ladies and gentlemen, the quality of the stream will meet the quality of the casters, but that day is not today.
No, I mean, but it's coming, and that's the thing, you realize it's wrong, it gets the adrenaline flowing, and it goes for a better stream.
Yeah, we're doing what we can over here. We found this guy homeless on the streets, and we just wanted to give him a shot, Everyone deserves that shot, and
he did.
The first thing he said when he saw the computer is this a Mac?
Yeah,
we knew we had a rough road ahead of us.
We put him through that test, the USB test, and he plugged it in right away. Normally, you plug it in, it's wrong. You flip it over, plug it in, wrong, and then you flip it back the original way, and then it finally goes in.
And that's when we knew we had trouble on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
All right, back into the game. It looks like we're going to see an Olaf in the jungle from the side of Ashen Ascension, and Ezreal AD carry on the side of Valkyrie. So we got some strong picks here going into the second round of bans. Ashen top ban. We're really seeing a lot of comfort topics being banned in that second round.
Yeah, Shen pretty much banned every single time that we've seen the gameplay here. That just shows that he's just such a powerful champion with that the ult. You can really just go anywhere. Plus, it's so annoying when you get someone down to 50 HP and all of a sudden a 2000 HP Shen shield shows up on him.
For sure. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Malphite ban here. Seems to be a pretty common theme. I have yet to see Malphite make it through one of these pick bans. On a Wukong ban.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things. Just you see somebody do good on it, just take it away.
That's got to be in direct response to the game yesterday.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
Ooh, and an
Azir ban. Wow.
Okay.
Don't see a lot of Azir these days too much anymore. I kind of love back when he could just damage the tower with one of his abilities. That was
yes.
That was back.
That's right.
Day, yeah.
Oh my god, back when all of his abilities did 3 things.
Yeah, that's
those were the times. Remember when his E gave a shield?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, knock up. Now it gives a shield.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Oh, and we're going to see the Gnar make it through. So those top lane bans are going to make it so that this Gnar is likely going to have a pretty decent time top lane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, King Mike said, hey, the Gnar beat me top lane. I'm just going to do exactly what he did.
Yeah. Because we got Camille off the board, Volibear off the board, Set off the board, Shen, and Wukong. What are we going to see out of the side of Valkyrie to respond to this Gnar? And it looks like the Malphite, of course. Just as I was saying earlier, first time we're seeing Malphite make it through. And while Malphite may struggle a little bit early, he's just going to stack that armor. And with 380 threats on the side of Ascension, they got to be looking a little nervous.
I mean, Malphite, it's one of those questionable picks. With the Morgana Black Shield, it's going to be tough to get a Caitlyn pick off on that.
For sure, but Malphite does have an AoE ultimate. He's going to hit... Black Shield can only shield one person, so we got a bunch of targets that are going to be affected. But with the Olaf ult and the Morgana Black Shield, those are 2 targets that they're not going to be able to hit.
No, and I like the Syndra pick. Such a heavy control mage. I mean,
and a fairly safe pick on top of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the best things in the match is, you just see her hit somebody with the ult and it's 100% of the HP.
Ooh, I love this pick out of Ashen Ascension. Going with the Akali, we are going to see this man going for some kills, trying to snowball on that Syndra, get the early leads, roam, and affect the map. A great aggressive pickup by the side of Ascension. You can tell just by those picks, they are going for a 25 or less minute win.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ascension might have a little tough time in the lane with that Akali pick. Syndra does have the range, but if there's a way that you can sustain, maybe with fleet footwork or something, you're going to be looking pretty good in the mid game.
Oh, most definitely. And we got some nasty scaling coming out of the side of Valkyrie with that Syndra, that Ezreal. Now, some people might say it's more of a mid-game spike, but I say that team scales fairly well. And with the Malphite frontline and the Pantheon diving in, it's going to be hard to keep all that backline of Ascension safe.
No, that is absolutely true. It's just so much raw damage. And I always love just seeing the Malphite with the 900 armor when the shield's still up from his passive. It's always a classic just to see that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right. Looks like we're going to see pretty standard summoners in the bot lane. Heal on both AD carries. None of that teleport stuff anymore. Got Exhaust coming out of the Bard. Not looking to be too aggressive in the early game, but with threats like the Olaf, the Akali diving in, Exhaust is going to be a really valuable summoner this game.
Exhaust is the pick to go, just to reduce some of that damage. And, I mean, it's also nice to set up with the Q. I mean, the aggressiveness that comes out of Bard, people sleep on it. He has a lot of damage early, and he has some great roam potential. I just want to know if they pick up and go aggressive when he goes on his roams to get his triumphs.
For sure, for sure. All right. We have a few minutes to go before we can get into this action. Chase, initial opinions on this draft. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Just looking at the comps alone, I mean, I want to almost say Valkyrie.
Really? Yeah. I would have to agree with you on that. I'm liking, they have a lot more ability to affect things on the map. It's a little bit harder on the side of Ascension for them to force their issue. But it really honestly depends on the the play from the Akali and the Gnar. If Gnar can get the side lane control, if Akali can get flanks off, that game might be over before it even starts.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things we just have to wait and see. You know, we can say as much as we want, but it all comes down to the individual play. Then, of course, it comes down to the team play. And that's where we're kind of looking at. And I'm excited to see that.
I would say the damage out of Ascension might be slightly higher at most points in the game, but the CC and execution coming out of Ashen Valkyrie might just be too much for them to overcome.
Yeah, and that's what we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. All right, coming on a minute now into the game, roughly. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great time to tell us about your day today, Pat.
Let's see. I woke up, went to work, tried to take a nap. Zach texted me too much, and now I'm here.
Wow. Sounds actually like a pretty solid day.
Yeah. Sounds like I want to get some sleep. So let's get into this game as fast as we can. But looks like we still have a few more minutes to go.
Yeah, and the timer actually just shot up to 9 minutes and 37 seconds. Just wondering what that's about. I think it's your lucky number, actually, Pat.
What was the number again?
9 minutes and 37 seconds.
The same number you said a second ago?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it must be my lucky number then.
Yep. I mean, I got a memory like an eagle. I don't forget anything.
All clarity here, ladies and gentlemen. We were not anticipating having to riff for this period of time. Our producer really set us up in the wrong here.
Well, I mean, just do your stand-up act. I mean, what's that, like 15 minutes?
I thought I was doing it. Was it that bad?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Just tell your famous joke.
Come on. You're going to have to start it off for me.
You know, the how do you have a party in space one?
How do you have a party in space?
Yeah, you plan it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are mere seconds ticking down till we can get into this game. Now, whether it's more or less than 60 seconds, I cannot disclose.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I'm having a good time.
I'm having a good time, too. Just waiting.
That's okay.
That's okay, though.
That's okay. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate. He's doing everything that he can. And, you know, we got to give a quick shout out to our operator over there. He's managing, I think, 5 computers, 3 keyboards, a controller. I mean, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, and somehow he's managing to, at the same time, accomplish nothing. It's honestly quite remarkable.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
But that's okay. We have an endless supply of Mountain Dew, and the Doritos are on their way, so we are ready and raring for multiple games tonight.
Yeah. I mean,
games.
That's it. You take one
action-packed, power-punching games.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I really couldn't have.
You really couldn't have.
No, I couldn't have.
All right. We are just getting confirmation that the game is not loading. Now, I'm not sure what that means. It appears, ladies and gentlemen, that the cat is out of the bag. One or more gamer on either side may be playing on a potato. You really hate to see that. Really hate to see that. Now, in tiebreaker scenarios, average game load time is going to factor in.
It is.
Mainly because we are terrible at tracking any other stat. Average game load time is going to be a factor in determining tiebreakers.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty good at stats. I mean, I can list off boom, 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 like no problem, which is great. But, I mean, right. I mean, the game is delayed, 3 minutes because we're on the spectator mode. Plus, we got to infactorate their load time. But that's okay.
That hadn't already been apparent.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it gives you more time on the mic.
With your support, we'll help grow our resources, and maybe one day we'll have something that close to resembles an actual broadcast.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
I think so. I mean,
we are starting to get concerned. We may have to call these players for wellness checks. This is taking so long.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're probably playing some other game or something like that just for the load time. This is Challenger queues we're talking about. It takes about 18 minutes.
Challenger queues, you say?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, it takes like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
whoever's watching, they can't tell the difference.
Exactly. That's it.
It's like the difference between frozen pizza and something you get from a pizzeria. It basically tastes the same.
Yeah, I mean, half the time I didn't even know it was DiGiorno's. I thought it was delivery. Seriously. But that stuff's good.
All right, and at this point, I'm starting to question whether the client just crashed and we never actually loaded in. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, I am seeing Summoner's Rift for the first time tonight. And you know what that means? We are tuning in to our first game. Ashen Valkyrie versus Ashen Ascension. And perhaps I spoke too soon. Any moment now, Zach will press the one button he needs to press, and we will be in game. Any moment.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things, you have a little fun with it. You press 2 buttons.
Maybe 3. Maybe 4. But
why not? Why not?
Are we going to see champion spawning in? I'm seeing it. You guys are going to be seeing it in just a moment. Once again, Ashen Valkyrie on the blue side, taking on Ashen Ascension on the red side. Ascension looking for redemption, and Valkyrie looking for their first strong showing of the split.
Yeah, and you know, you gotta have if you're Ascension, you got a lot to prove here, and if you're Valkyrie, you got even more to prove here. I mean, this is your first game coming onto the Rift. You kind of know the gameplay if you watch some VODs or anything, so this is gonna be very exciting.
For sure, for sure. All right, both teams looking raring and ready to go. Now, if you're playing this early game, what team are you looking for?
I think the damage early game, like I was saying, is gonna go to Valkyrie. I mean, they got a lot of early damage and laning control, which I kind of like. You factor that in and you keep that pressure on, it is going to slow down that mid-game spike that they have.
For this level 1, though, if these two teams crash, which I don't see happening, I would have to say I slightly favor the damage coming out of Ascension. With that Olaf, pretty much just the Olaf, actually. That damage you can get down. It's Q spamming and passive.
I mean, you got to love it.
In the middle of the fight.
You got to love it. I think he's the only jungler in the game that can run out of mana with a blue buff level 1.
That's why he's so powerful.
I know. Just a non-stop second and a half axe throw, axe throw, axe throw.
Alright, starting off on the first buff, it's going to be both junglers starting on the bot side with leashes. Olaf starting on the blue, and Pantheon starting on the red.
Yeah, I could stand the leash here.
Nothing too fancy. It's just going to be just regular clears for both junglers. Looks like Pantheon going for a little bit more of an aggressive clear, trying to get a quicker gank timing in. Might go Wolves, might just go right to blue, right to Crab. Remains to be seen. We'll see if he has any plans for the early game.
Yeah, I think it's just you hit your double buffs, you get an early gank top lane. I mean, he knows the Gnar's going to be aggressive. He knows he's going to kind of push a little bit, so it leaves him in a compromising spot. And I think that's where he's going to just hope to pick up something there.
For sure. Like going for a slower clear path, and Pantheon might look to pressure that top lane. With the Gnar without his Mega Form is a little bit vulnerable in the early game if he's not playing with proper spacing. And Pantheon, a fantastic early ganker.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, the mid lane, you know, it's gonna be that Syndra control. If you recall, they used to farm up a little bit, try to get maybe a roam or something in here and there, but
going into that bot lane, a definite HP advantage on the side of Ascension. But you really do expect to see that with the Morgana, with the Caitlyn. That pressure. Oh, and Pantheon going in for the steal. Did he bite off more than he can shoot? No, it looked like Olaf was able to get the steal. With the flash follow, we cut away, and we will never know what happened. First blood for the Olaf.
To be honest with you, I mean, it looked like Olaf was caught there. He flashed. He knew he was in trouble. Pantheon followed up. I don't know if it was a lack of vision or what.
Overestimating his damage in the early game. I can only assume there was an outplay in there, but that will have to be left to mystery.
Yeah, and, you know, a little bit of mystery, I think, makes it even better.
It's honestly, the best kind of broadcast is when you cut away from the action, not cut to.
No, I mean it keeps the viewers on the edge. You always go back and you think, oh, I want to know what happened there.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, once we enable subscription buttons, you're only going to be able to see that if you subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, and that subscription, I think, is
$83. Oh, hold you right there, Chase. Looks like we got Olaf pressuring in on the Malphite in the top lane. Not going to lead to too much. Not a lot of kill pressure between those two champions. A decent amount of damage. Looks like they're just going to slowly walk back. Help push that wave a little bit. Did it even need help? Pantheon looking to respond to the Olaf. Has he not learned his lesson? Looks like he has. Looks like he's going to back right off, go back, farm the camps he hasn't farmed yet, and try to salvage this disadvantage he has in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close fight. I mean, Pantheon and Olaf both have that massive damage, level 1. It's just apparently Olaf just has a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, lower Olaf gets, the more, that's what I was saying. Lower Olaf gets, higher his attack speed, the more his DPS output. And just a little side note here, this is one of the reasons why I really love the Ezreal Bard lane. Ezreal is a very good AD carry at playing at distance, just standing out clean, and still getting farm, while Bard has a chance to roam. This, however, might not be looking too good for the Ezreal, but Caitlyn's not able to chain it with the trap, and Ezreal will walk out. Just a little bit of HP missing, but plenty of left. Farm up this wave at a fairly safe distance.
Yeah, and I mean, you're notice that
never! I spoke too
right
soon.
There.
Heal being popped by the Ezreal. What I can only assume be an E combo mixed with a trap by the Caitlyn. A huge chunk of damage going on to the Ezreal.
Yeah, I mean, if you put those traps right next to the tower, and it's kind of hard to see from certain angles.
Yep, and there's one right there that we couldn't see until
so you're just farming, and all of a sudden you're hit by a cave trap, and bam, 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 you're hit by 3 more abilities.
Definitely. You can already see the Malphite in the top lane, stacking that armor, already got the cloth armor. Building probably to that Sunfire Aegis, and Malphite's going to reach a point where Gnar is going to have to put in extra work to burn through him.
And I like the Arcane Comment on Malphite.
Really helps in this kind of lane where you are a little bit at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to poke. That little extra damage from the Comet with the Malphite slow makes it pretty much a guarantee the Comet's going to land and a decent amount of damage is going to go through. Caitlyn with the aggressive move and doesn't have the cojones to follow with the flash. Oh man, we really want to see that aggression out of Ashen Valkyrie in that first game, but it looks like they're playing a little more of a measured game. They're going to keep their advantage nice and slow, have this wave crash into the turret, and Ezreal will miss out on all this farm. And that will lead into an early dragon. Really strong rotation coming out of Ashen Valkyrie in the early game.
Yep.
Ascension, rather.
You push up the mid lane, you push up the bot lane, you force them out bot lane, you go, hey, listen, Dragon is the open, let's take this lane. That's exactly what they do.
Dragon stack is a great win condition to play for if you're on the side of Ascension with the stronger bot lane, with, at this point, the stronger jungler. All that pressure is being put to good use. Looks like Akali is already able to put some pressure on that Syndra, playing really close to her minions, weaving in and out, getting those Q pokes in there, and a fairly side to the Akali so far in the mid lane.
Yeah, and I think Akali's doing pretty good, just waiting the mana out on Syndra, and I think that's where we're finally going to see an engage off her. She has the damage. I mean, you get the pushback, you can get right back in with an ult or an E, so not too worried about that.
Pantheon going back, starting his second round of clears here, and looking to see if he has any opportunity to come back in this game. If you're Pantheon, Chase, what lanes are you looking at as possible opportunities?
I mean, I say farm it up quick, hit level 6, and then you're just going to use your ult to cut somebody off in the lane that's overextended, and you're looking at maybe a kill, possibly 2 if it's played right. That's why Pantheon is just so good in the jungle. He can gank you from, midway through the map.
With the setup from the Malphite, with the setup from the Syndra, you have 2 easy assists for your jungler to help assure those kills. It's going to be very interesting to see how this Pantheon chooses to play. But for now, almost a K gold lead for the side of Ashen Ascension, but we will see if Valkyrie has the wherewithal to weather the storm early game.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping I see a Bard ultimate kind of freeze them, and then the Pantheon ultimate right on top of them. It would be kind of fun.
That would be kind of fun. Maybe even counterproductive. But it looks like not too much going on, not too much to play for right now. Looks like they have spotted the Pantheon out in the top lane gang. Gnar's going to back off to safety. A little bit of CS disadvantage for Gnar. Plenty more minions to farm up, though. Gnar is doing just fine. Meanwhile, bot lane with an almost 20 CS advantage for that Caitlyn, which is what we expected. Caitlyn is always going to have to push early game on an Ezreal, with the Morgana pressure as well. A nice E coming out of the Ezreal, dodging that Morgana bind. And more of the same early game. Pretty calm.
Yeah, I like the Ezreal's gameplay. You know, he notices that the Morgana binds down, and he just throws back all that he can before he has to go over to lane. So he's playing it pretty smart, I think.
And Ascension really playing to their strengths this game. Really playing to their strengths, trying to snowball this early game into a mid game. Look at, we're already seeing a bot lane tower dive. Will this be enough? Oh, the Bardo misses. That is the cue to go. The Pantheon's here. They wait too long. Morgana is going to go down. And Olaf not too far behind. And a moment of indecision costs Ashen Ascension everything.
Is Caitlyn going to end up dying here because Malphite cut her right off with an ultimate? Looks like she's going to
get walked all the way back to her second tower if she has any sense. That Pantheon smells blood and is fiending for it.
Yeah, he does. He's looking for something here.
And that Caitlyn, wise decision, just walks all the way back past her second tower and goes for the recall. But a huge swing by Ashen and Valkyrie there. Absolutely huge. The moment of indecision was easily capitalized.
No, I think it was just, you know, right place, right time by Pantheon. I mean, they ganked them bot lane. They had an easy tower dive, I think, and then Pantheon just happened to be right there.
They had a moment of time, though, where they had to either commit or back out, and they did neither. They kind of chose to stick around there a little bit.
They did. It did hurt them a little bit to do that.
Oh, right, but Olaf not really feeling the pressure, knows he still has full reign of this jungle. Gonna go for the Rift Herald, see if he can use that to get some of his wings back into it.
Yeah, I mean, he's still just, I mean, it's 2 kills. It's still very powerful for both teams.
2 kills, mind you, onto that Ezreal, a champion that's going to keep scaling, and that little bit of power is might make the difference in this game. It's definitely going to be a harder time for the Caitlyn to respond to Ezreal's power.
And looks like Olaf is swinging up top lane here.
Will we see a gank? Doesn't look like it. Possibly led by Gnar, but it doesn't really matter. Not a lot going on. Oh, we got Pantheon going into the bot lane here. 10, lead, ultimate by the Bard. Why would he take that? Pantheon is just going to die.
Left the drive.
Gnar. The coordination is not there. Both teams get a kill, but nothing went how it was planned.
Yeah, something was a little off there.
Onto the Syndra. Are we going to see? Is that going to be enough? The trap not able to be chained. Might have been on cooldown, but it looks like.
I think we see a Rift bot here, and I think this tower's going down.
I would agree. The numbers advantage coming in on the side of Ascension, but it looks like they're just going to take this dragon when they have rotational advantage. Pantheon being off the map won't be able to join for this fight. Looks like they will secure 2 Drakes on the side of Ascension. It's going to be a win condition they're playing for this game.
Yeah, and you know where the priorities are. I mean, they have a tower, but they go for dragon.
Right, Malphite getting some decent damage up here, but at what cost? At what cost? These dragons are stacking up, and looks like a kill onto the Bard with the Olaf kick. Surely they had to know where they were. Surely on the side of Valkyrie, they had to know they were bot side after the dragon take. A little bit agreed by that Bard, portaling into 3 people. Unfortunate to see, and that Rift Herald will take the first turret of the game, ballooning the gold lead on the side of Ascension. Oh, what? Oh,
he misses the W.
Gnar, and that might have been enough to turn it around. And it's not. The gank is effective top lane, but this Rift Herald is taken.
Still going. He's a champ right there. He takes 1 tower, he takes half the other.
But 1 tower or another tower at less than half. Good job, Rift Herald.
Yeah, and a nice pickup top lane. I'm not entirely sure if landing that ability would have resulted in a kill, but it definitely would have made things interesting more.
Definitely. All right. Checking in on the CS numbers. Ezreal's still a little bit behind, but the Syndra's got a bit of an advantage in the mid. Top lane's fairly even, and Olaf still has his edge in the jungle. But levels are starting to normalize. Pantheon's slowly crawling his way back.
And you'll notice that Ezreal's got some shutdown build on him. So they're going to do everything they can to protect this guy. I mean, he does a lot of damage that we saw. A couple hits on that Morgana, and she's popping a stopwatch.
For sure.
It would have been another kill. No, that didn't happen.
Another fairly tame moment in the game. Nothing on the map to play for. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of pressure coming mid here. Not sure what's for. Nar might just be here to help.
No, I mean, your tower's taken. You're going to give the solo XP to the bot laner. You know they're going to roam because they got nothing left to push. He's going to farm it up for a little bit. Get that 3-0.
Yeah.
Kill lead. Just keep farming him, farming him, farming him. I mean, he's your win condition right now. The damage is going to be immense when you get the combo going. So I'm hoping to see this Ezreal do some good for Valkyrie here.
Now, what have you seen the sheen out of Ezreal? What sheen item have you seen the most out of Ezreal players so far?
It's a good question. I mean, it kind of just goes with, I almost feel like the match. You know, before it was Iceborne Gauntlet, no matter what.
Yeah.
But now I think you get a little more leeway.
Definitely. We'll have to see what that turns into on the side of Ezreal. All right, the Gore Drinker buy coming out for the Pantheon. Not going necessarily for neutrality build, getting a little bit of burst damage in there, a little bit more survivability. Still looking to farm up and see if he can be relevant in this game, which so far he's doing a pretty decent job.
I always like the Pantheon pick. I mean, the guy can soak up all damage for a second and a half. And when you engage a fight, a lot of that damage is coming right on you off the bat. That's why he is so useful.
Looks like Malphite going for the aggressive play here, but the Black Shield is in time. Multiple people coming up in this top lane. It is a party up here. It looks like Ascension, no, Valkyrie is going to come out on top.
Yeah, and I look at this. They are just going to keep going down on them. A flash, another flash coming out.
Ooh, the Pantheon going in for that.
And I like Valkyrie's prioritization there. They had the Morgana, just a free kill, and they said, you know what, Caitlyn's still here. Let's focus everything on her, and they took her down right away. And I think it was a good engage on Malphite's end, but a better Black Shield by Morgana.
A very good Black Shield, but a good decision on the side of Valkyrie to switch targets when they saw that Black Shield and just go for the easy kills.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like the Black Shield, it can stop the ult, but at Malphite is just so tanky, it doesn't even matter if he's soaking up a couple damage for a few seconds before your team gets there. But great rotations on both teams.
We're starting to hit that scary point where what is the answer to that Malphite? The Akali doesn't necessarily have the 100-0 power to take on a full Malphite. One MR item and Malphite's going to be able to tank an Akali combo with ease. That Akali wants nothing to do with that Malphite. Looking to dive that backline, get that Ezreal, get that Syndra, but easier said than done.
It is. I mean, with your smoke screen, you kind of get a little bit of a leeway there. You get a couple seconds to regroup and kind of figure out what's what, and the focus comes off you. So we might be able to see an Ezreal or Syndra pick up by the Akali, but time will tell.
That is going to be tough. Oh, look at the binding onto the Pantheon. Will this be enough? W blocks a lot of the damage. Misses the E on the Caitlyn. It looks like to get out scot-free. Another binding onto the Syndra. Will that be enough? The Akali going in with the ult, and the damage is enough to take out the Syndra.
Yeah.
With the return kill onto the Morgana. So a 1-for-1, but mid laner for support. We're going to take that on the side of Ascension every day, and that was going to lead into the third dragon.
Oh, nice!
No on the map, but they're still able to finish it off. Kills go to the side.
This Ezreal is just so
Valkyrie.
powerful. He can just run them down right now. I don't think they have any way to just kill him if they wanted to.
No, that power is starting to show. Oh, a little bit over aggressive, eyes apart, but it looks like it won't matter. Kill lead is going to go over in that fight to the side of Valkyrie, but third dragon on Ascension. It's gonna be an interesting condition for them to play for. Might be too little too late though. The field still pretty even, but it looks like in most of these fights, Valkyrie has the pressure, and Nar going finishing off the Ezreal for the shutdown. Beautiful combo. Got the QW into the R. Ezreal didn't even have the chance to react.
No, and you gotta feel bad for the teammates. I mean, they keep taking one for the team for this Pantheon. He keeps getting caught in compromising positions, and first the Syndra dies, now your Ezreal dies, and that shutdown goal is going over to Nar.
Okay. Guess we're taking a look at gold draft. Don't remember asking for that, but we're going to have a little bit of an 800 gold lead in the mid. Little bit of, I'd say, about 300 lead on the side of Ascension for the jungle. Everything looking fairly even across the map, but that Edgefield, not as much gold as I thought he did. Still behind them with Caitlyn. Oh, scratch that. We have a fight going on in the mid. Caitlyn, done. The Malphite and the Pantheon proving to be too powerful. And Olaf's in trouble here. Don't think he has the ult. Does have the ult. Able to pop it, able to get out of there, but just goes to show you the amount of engaged power the side of Valkyrie has.
Yeah, and like I was saying, that's what the Pantheon all of a sudden, I mean, someone's just showing up out of nowhere, and you got two options. You can run, or you could try to push everything onto that Pantheon right off the bat. And, you know, they get stuck trying to do that, and Caitlyn ends up going down.
Right, and that'll be a Rift Tail going over to the side of Valkyrie. Looking, maybe break that top turret, maybe break that bottom turret, remains to be seen.
Yeah, the Rift Herald, I don't think you really need top. The tower's already pretty low. So I think your Rift comes after a fight somewhere, and we're going to see where they pick that one.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
We've only got less than 3 minutes until the next dragon, and we know that Ashen Ascension is going to be there to contest that. That is sole point. It might be a way for them to get back into this game, regain some tempo. Gold is fairly easy, but you can tell that momentum is definitely on the side of Valkyrie.
Yeah, momentum is there, and the momentum just keeps going. I like these engages by Valkyrie. They say, listen, I got Pantheon. I'm not afraid. I will ult until their whole team. And that's what they keep doing, and it's working.
With the follow-up from the Malphite and the Bard for the insurance policy, if it gets hairy, team needs to catch up. Throw a Bard out, let's chill for a second, let everyone catch up, and they're just going to wipe all these fights. On this, Ascension is going to have to play pretty craftily, look for flanks, look for picks, try to get back into this game, because the late game control of Valkyrie might just be too much for them to handle. Right, clearing vision around the Baron, trying to get ready for that objective. A little early to be taking it. Next team fight, though, anyone could be going for it. Alright, more clearing of the vision. Looks like not too much going to happen at this state of the game. Olaf getting in there. Ascension maybe looking to play for a Baron at some point, but remains to be seen. Dragon coming up in about a minute. Now, we're definitely going to see both teams contesting. You're not going to see Valkyrie give away that dragon for free. Oh, and it looks like Akali might be caught out here. Don't she have the tricks in her little bag to get out of here? Goes for the E, canceled by the W of Pantheon. And Akali goes going on a secret mission here. Can she get out? Secret enough. Oh, and I think she's out of there. Going in, but we're back on Baron. They started Baron during that time. Committed 3 people down to the bot side. Only Malphite's around. Syndra's coming up, but that's not going to be enough. Do they have enough to burst this down by the time the team gets over?
No, I don't think they do, and I think they're taking a lot of damage here. We might see a big Malphite ult.
Looks like they're going to have to back off. They might have just leashed this for Valkyrie, but Valkyrie wants none of that either. Oh, and it looks like Akali is coming in for the flank, but they're just going to peel off and look for her, and nothing ends up coming out of that.
No, I think if you're Valkyrie here, you just pop that Rift mid. Yeah. Yup, exactly. That's what they're going to do.
Pop that Rift mid, get the pressure, get the positioning on the dragon, delay that soul timer for Ascension, and it looks like Ascension is just going to base. They didn't even decide to start the Baron. Ooh, and the ult coming in, stopping Morgana's recall. Not going to affect her too much, but looks like the first dragon going over to Valkyrie, slowing that soul win condition for Ascension. And if they can't even get that win condition, it is looking grimmer by the second for Ascension. Not out of this game, but it definitely got harder.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I like that they finally get a dragon, which is nice.
Okay. Alright, sorry about that little delay there. Sorting some things out, but we are looking, looks like Ascension going to try to keep that vision line as strong as it was before, but some deep wards on the side of Valkyrie into that bot side.
Yeah, and, you know, sometimes sorting things out comes out back and better than ever. I mean, look at Lamar Jackson.
You might be onto something.
And this might be
we got a
pick
mid lane
on
fight
the
going on here.
Syndra.
Oh,
No.
has to flash the Morgana bind. And I don't know why we're going back and forth. Nothing's even happening bot lane, but nothing happened mid lane either.
No, I mean, it could have been a nice play by Akali. The damage just isn't there yet, and I'm waiting on that. Just full combo annihilation.
For sure, for sure. Little bind going on the Pantheon. Not going to be much of anything. And honestly, these teams are just waiting for an opportunity to fight these objectives. Both teams playing safe, both teams farming at their turrets, and not a lot going on. I kind of want to see more regression out of the side of Valkyrie with their
but
easy triggers.
This is the play where you kind of slow everything down on both teams, because you got to the point here where one mistake could mean the game, or it could mean the huge objective, and both teams understand that, and they're playing and doing what they can to stay passive.
Agreed. Now, more vision clearing, and can we get even more vision clearing? Both teams showing a proficiency in controlling the macro game, getting the wards down, clearing the enemy wards, and trying to get control, be ready for anything that comes next. Right, that Gnar getting a little bit more powerful in that side of lanes. Got the Sterix on top of his mythic item.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Stronger by the second. Man is going to be chasing everybody down soon enough. But that Malphite already with the Thorn Mail, and no one wants to be hitting that thing anymore.
No, I mean, it's so good against Olaf and Akali, just to delay and reduce that healing. I mean, you ever see the Olaf heal with the Gore Drinker? He just all of a sudden gets 5,000 HP
but we already
back.
have one source of Grievous Wound and maybe more to come. But looks like once again, we might just have to wait this out until the next Dragon Timer, or until somebody gets caught out. It might be 2 minutes before we see any more action brewing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be Olaf's 93rd Scuttle Crab this game. He has been on point of just taking every single one of them, and it's definitely helped in terms of controlling the map and getting a little advantage over Pantheon.
Most definitely. Alright, more jungle clear going on here. Nothing going on. Both teams still playing extremely safe. Know the conditions they need to play for, and those conditions may be one and the same. Both playing for Dragons, both playing for Barons. Neither team going for anything too aggressive. Looks like we might have a 40-minute game incoming.
And, you know, I don't mind seeing that. We're going to see a lot of power from these teams, and they both respect each other. They know what each team is capable of, and they're kind of hanging away from each other. But I wonder what's going to happen in a minute here, because the Dragon's going to be up, right? Do you contest the soul, or do you let them take it and you take Baron? What do you think?
That's a tough call. If I'm on the side of Valkyrie, I would almost say, screw the Dragon and get the Baron. They know they can pressure the map, and the little advantage that a Wind Soul is going to give you is not going to surmount the push power of that Baron. Just a matter of what they end up prioritizing. Oh, it looks like they're going to prioritize a play onto this Malphite, but it's Gnar that has the numbers disadvantage. It won't amount to much of anything. No. That Gnar's got enough to tank up. He ignores that Bard, says, get the hell off of me.
Yeah, and I love it, right? You see a full combo out by the Gnar, and the Malphite lost his shield. That's what I think is just so great.
That is the takeaway from that. And Morgana, not sure what she's looking for.
She just used her ult, and Dragon is up in 15 seconds.
Morgana ultimate down. A little bit of over-aggression by the Morgana. Team not there to follow up. And that not having that ultimate for the fight is going to be the trigger for Valkyrie. Just take that Dragon and delay the soul point once more.
Yep, and Valkyrie has full control over here.
Good setup on the side of Valkyrie. Being able to zone them out. We still have the Bard ultimate, and there it is.
Great Bard ultimate.
People out. But Bard is going to get taken out, and it looks like they won't even be able to finish off the Dragon. Valkyrie going in there, and it looks like
the
Ascension
soul goes over too.
We'll be getting the soul point.
Wow.
Kills going on both sides. It is a bloodbath. Looks like Valkyrie is going to pay for their aggression. But Gnar
huge ultimate.
Trying to go for the ace, and it looks like Ascension will pull off the full ace, get the soul, and get the Baron.
Yeah.
What a sequence of plays by Ascension, taking the game by the reins and making it their own.
I know Valkyrie kind of just didn't finish the dragon. I mean, you saw the Pantheon all go in there. They were looking for kills. Olaf goes, wait a minute! You just left the pit. I'm going right in there. I'm taking a dragon. And I think it was an excellent flash by Morgana to dodge that Ezreal ult. It could have been a different story.
A moment of miscommunication on the side of Valkyrie might just cost them everything. The mid-game spikes are coming in on the side of Ascension, and it's going to be a little too much. Gnar going in, looking for the play. Bard has to get out of there, and that ult will delay it for a few more seconds. Not really going to do too much, but a valiant effort by that Bard.
Yeah, I mean...
looking for plays, looking for the miracles, and they're just not there for him.
No, I mean, they had it so good for so long. You really want to know what happened there. I'm not entirely sure why they just left the pit. I know the engage was coming on you, but just take that Bard ult, freeze them, and finish off that dragon.
I don't know if they had the burst to burn it down. I'm not sure. They just had a split call. Half the team went one way, and half the team was just tanking the dragon. It was just the Olaf tanking the dragon, and that is what sealed the deal for them. Now, can Ascension use this advantage to push some inhibitors, push maybe even the Nexus? We will see. And it looks like that aggression is going to continue. Akali going and finishing off the Syndra. Beautiful play. The Malphite is by himself. The rest of the team kind of Malphite stayed behind. And it looks like the Zhonya's, it will be enough. No, it won't. Akali will be going down. They got their sights on Pantheon next. Shield coming in. Will it be enough? It will not. That's a 3-for-1, maybe more. Olaf looking for it. Gnar coming in. And they're just going to back off, take these towers. No, Gnar with the flat W into the ultimate.
Oh, beautiful.
Going down, and
ultimate.
That is another ace on the side of Ascension. These aggressive plays are happening one after the other, and you just love to see it.
Yeah, that is back-to-back, two excellent clutch ults by the Gnar here. I mean, the Olaf was just tanking for so long. You would think that's not even possible.
And those death timers, it might just be enough for them to end the game, and it looks like it will
It
close
looks
out.
like it. And Ascension is going to get their first victory here.
Looks like they lost the reins for a little while, but they were able to grip that bull by the horns and ride it straight to victory. That'll be Ashen Ascension coming out with their first win of the split, and Ashen Valkyrie losing in their first game.
Yeah. It was a couple things where it could have went both ways, but it ended up favoring Ashen Ascension in the end there. The big plays by King Mike with these ultimates on the Gnar. They were coming later in the fights, but they were just so clutch in terms of stopping that Ezreal kiting and that damage. It just worked out for them.
Most definitely. That Gnar was a one-man wrecking crew. Getting into those backlines, the flash plays, the W's he hit that led him to those ultimates.
Yeah.
Beautiful work on that Gnar.
It was some beautiful plays. It really was. And I'm glad we got to see King Mike on the Gnar rather than facing the Gnar.
And some good Akali play coming out of the mid, too. That last play was all facilitated by the Akali, peeling the rest of the team back. Malphite was helpless, just died by himself.
Yeah.
Zhonya's enough to get the rest of the team to follow her up. And
I mean, he's doing his job, right? He's just sitting there to soak up damage. He's trying to get his team to buy some time to do something, but it ended up being a meaningless death, and they just kept running it down on him. I mean, you saw the Olaf pushing on that second-tier tower, and he just kept staying on there. I mean, the Sterix pops, he's still staying on, attacking the tower, and then Gnar, Morgana, everybody else is just doing the rest of the work. Great effort. Great effort by Ashen Ascension.
Absolutely great effort by Ascension. Really good job of bringing that game back into their hands. Had it early, lost a little bit mid-game, but by late, just two fights really turned the whole tempo of that game and brought Ascension to victory.
Yeah, and applaud goes all around. I mean, everybody played an excellent game.
A very, very good game, and my God, it goes to show you how quickly these games can end. One Baron push, and that was all it took for Ascension to snowball that game into a victory.
Right, absolutely. It was just one thing right after the other, after the other, after the other. It was a quick couple minutes there to really just end a game that looked like it was going to be a stalemate.
For sure. All right, any moment now, we are going to be going into an interview with one of the victorious players to be determined. Can't wait to get a fresh new face on the interview screen.
I know. We saw a little bit of Benji the other day. He was making some great plays, so we had to get him in there. But it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Who do you want to see on that team? I'm almost looking to see that Nar. Those plays he was having that game really helped them carry them to victory.
Yeah, I would like that too. That would be pretty nice. But I'm happy to get whoever we can get.
We will see. We've got our tech team working on that as we speak, so we can only imagine how long this will take.
Probably a couple seconds to minutes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I say that.
You really got to cover all bases. And then we'll be all set.
All right. We're going to take a short break here. No, we're not going to take a short break because our producer is a masochist and wants us to riff on cam for hours on end in blazing heat.
I mean, I don't mind doing it. I know you got a whole life story that you're going to tell over these next couple 6-7 weeks here.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
I think last week we finished hearing about, what was it, your 4th grade. So I'm kind of looking forward to what happened after that.
That's kind of weird we're talking about 4th grade because I thought I repressed those memories.
Hypnosis will bring it back no matter what.
How long was the broadcast last time?
Anyways.
What the heck? All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Chase, you take it from here. I'm going to take a short break because, we're going into interview. Wow, some clarity for once. And who do we have? We got Tommy Two-Time in the interview right now. All right. How is it going, Tommy? Great showing on the Akali. How'd you feel that game went for you guys?
It's pretty sloppy to start with. A little bit of miscommunication, but I think once we had the 3 dragons and we knew in their head that if we were able to get the Ocean Soul, then like they'd be pretty flustered. So we kind of just started slowing the game down a bit. We got a lot of vision over the major objectives over Baron, and then around Dragon times we started putting our vision towards the Dragon side, and then few misplays by them, and then some clutch plays by us just made the fights go super easy.
Yeah, and we love seeing you on the aggressive champions here. Are we going to keep seeing more of that? More Akali picks and so on?
If they let me play it, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought
hope
you did
so.
a fantastic job. The Syndra pick at the end there, I think, is huge. She's great at controlling those waves, especially with the Baron push. And you said, listen, I'm going into 4 people. I'm going to take out Syndra. You guys do the rest of the work.
Pretty much. The whole point was just get a pick that could survive the lane, but also threaten Syndra and Ezreal on the backline, because they had a really decent front line with Pantheon and Malphite. But if I was able to just be a nuisance in the backline, then the rest of the team could just do work, which was pretty much exactly what happened in the last team fight, where I just full sent my entire every ability onto the Syndra.
Yeah.
And I still had Zanya's, and Ezreal pretty much had to stand still and wait for me while the rest of my team just killed Malphite. So
you gotta love it. Good plays by you.
Some big plays coming out of your Nar top lane too. Some picks mid, that final flash W into the ult to end the game. What do you have to say about his showings that game?
Mike played pretty well. He's a very vocal player, very emotional player too. So when he lands those ultis, or he lands or he gets a solo kill or something, he gets pretty hyped. Sometimes he doesn't stop talking, but it is what it is. His Nar he hasn't been liking it recently, but I hope we start picking it again.
That's good. I mean, it's good to have a motivational player like that that kind of rallies the whole crowd and your team up. Then you just start taking big plays after that.
Sure, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, excellent game. I mean, we really did love watching it. We were saying you guys were kind of stalemated for what seemed like 8-10 minutes there. Not too much was going on.
You guys did a good job of stalling out that mid game. It looked a little bit like you were losing the reins a little bit. Had a better early game, almost lost the reins, but were able to right the ship, get that final soul, and that's what really snowballed the rest of the game. It was over within 3 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of slapped ourselves on the wrist when we gave Ezreal 3 kills when we did a really, really terrible dive bot lane. And everyone in the game, everyone knows Yillian. He's part of our org, and everyone knows he's capable of 1v9ing games. So when we saw him with 3 kills and he was the same level as me, and he was matching an Akali in the mid lane, I was like, this is
not good.
too hot.
You're right.
But then we just pretty much played around vision and played around pretty crucial cooldowns, Ezreal's flash, Ezreal's heal, stuff like that. And when you send a Gnar and a Kali and like a Morgana binding in his direction, he can't dodge everything. So we just pretty much focused him in almost every fight. And if it wasn't him, it was Syndra. So
wow,
yeah.
Excellent work there. And so far in the sister rivalry, Ascension is on top. Great game. Hope to be talking to you soon, and good luck in your future games.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Of course, anytime. Yeah, what a humble guy. You gotta love talking to him.
You really do. You really do. All right. We're going to be tuning into a short break, and then we have the next game coming up between
Macro Gaming and Valkyrie.
Macro Gaming and Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Ashen Valkyrie. Okay.
Ashen Valkyrie.
Not
yes.
what we were expecting, but we are going to go with it.
Yeah, throw a little stuff in there. And we're back. Beautiful.
Back into the next game. A little bit of a change of schedule. We're going to be seeing Ashen Valkyrie again taking on Macro Gaming, the 2-0 team from yesterday.
Yeah.
An exciting matchup and a tough pull for Valkyrie.
Absolutely. The reigning champ, seeing if they can just hold that lead.
Reigning champs. We've only seen 2 games. Giving them that title already?
Well, of last week. Of yesterday, I mean.
All right, going into Champion Select already. Nice and smooth. Got, once again, we do not have names updated. God forbid we do any planning between scenes. But don't worry, we'll be getting that fixed. When it should have been fixed 5 minutes ago, we're going to be right on that for you, no problem. First band coming in on the side of Ashen Valkyrie. It will be that Camille, followed by a Galio band on the side of Macro.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that Galio band. I mean, he's just so unique in terms of the CC, the roaming. He can go support, he can go mid. I think it's a solid band.
For sure, for sure. All right, we will see what picks are coming up next. And the second band, taking a long time for this, going to be that Olaf. Very strong pick in all forms of the game. Very strong early and a very good jungle pick to get out of there.
Yeah, and what I'm looking for here is I want to see Yelian 1v9. I mean, he got talked up pretty big, and he did a good job last game.
For sure. Was a bright spot in Valkyrie's loss. We'll see if he's able to be put on another power pick, and maybe he'll have the tools this time to carry.
Yeah, and the Hecarim banned out. I mean, pretty much 100% ban rate at here. Just so dominant in terms of the roaming. His movement is incredible. He can go from lane to lane. He's got the CC, and he's just so powerful right now. And the final ban on Valkyrie's side being the Lulu.
The Lulu, a very interesting pick. I'm not sure if they've been watching their scrims or whatnot, but if they're trying to prevent against hyper carry comps like that Vayne from before, but interesting ban coming in with the Lulu. And we'll see if that changes anything Macro Gaming was planning on doing. And a nice safe top laner banned away on the side of Macro Gaming, and we'll see what Valkyrie does with that first pick on the blue side.
Yeah, I think first pick you're going to see maybe a support pick just to take it away from Benji. And we might end up with a Volibear pick.
Volibear pick, yeah, that is a very, very strong pick. Very
instant Gnar
to a lot of comps, and then a Gnar. Ooh, that's a tough draw for the Volibear if Gnar can play from range. Volibear is going to have a tough time getting on top of him. Has the Q to speed him up, but that Gnar Q is going to slow him right back down. Going to be really hard for the Volibear to get on him. Oh, and are we going to see the flame pop? Udyr coming out of the jungle. Please, oh please.
Oh, last minute switch
to the Nidalee. A much better pickup. Would have loved to see the Udyr, but we're not taking any chances in this league. So, going to see the Gnar and the Nidalee. Really strong gank combination, and a really strong combination we saw last game we had Macro Gaming play.
Yeah, I mean, the spear damage, when it hits, it's powerful. It's pretty... Oh!
Ooh, the early Shen,
right! The Shen not banned and picked up.
And it looks like we're going to be swapping that Volibear into the jungle. A good flex on the side of Ashen Valkyrie. And getting that Shen in the top lane might be a little bit more of a problem against that Gnar.
Yeah, I'm seriously liking that we see a Shen finally in here. Don't know what happened, if they were concentrating on some picks, but he got left open.
Really, really liking the Lucian pickup on the side of Valkyrie. Gonna have the Shen coming in on top, be able to kite around fights and be dishing out the damage. Right, last pickup coming in, and oh my god, that champion's so new I don't even remember its name right now.
Vigo?
What?
Something
along those lines, but no chance we're going to see that in an actual match. So
we'll see
in comes the Alistar, a very solid support. No AD picked up. Expect to see a bunch of AD bans on the side of Valkyrie, but really strong pick up so far, definitely.
I mean, a strong front line, great engage coming out from Macro Gaming, and it's looking like that's just where we're going to kind of see it all. And the nice Morgana ban just to take it away.
All right. Ooh, the Kiana ban. Well, when your name has Kiana in it, you gotta imagine that Kiana ban is coming.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and the Jhin ban on the side of Macro
Jin
Gaming.
ban. So I wonder if they think Lucian was mid.
They're probably thinking Lucian mid, which is definitely a prominent pick right now and definitely a possibility. Oh, and an MF ban.
Yeah.
We still have that Vayne that we saw Bertold Hoover pull out yesterday. We are going to see what he's going to pick up, or if they're just going to pick up the mid lane here. I got to imagine, though, they're picking up AD.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. This could really, we'll see what.
With that Lucian possibly being a flex, and it looks like, the Samira pick.
Yeah.
The Alistair Samira, a great combo. The damage coming in with the Gnar on top, Nidalee damage, and that team is looking to fight and looking to fight often. A great pickup by Bertold Hoover, when we'll see what his mastery on that champion is. Oh, we got the Rel pickup coming in for the bot lane. Very interesting.
I like it. I think that's actually a solid pick if they roll with that, just in the engage alone.
And now we're going to see, is that Lucian rolling mid, or are we going to see an AD pick here? What are we going to come out with?
I think it's going to be a mid laner pick here. I want to say the Lucian's going in the bot lane, but never be sure.
Never be sure. We will see. 6 seconds coming in on that pick. Who will it be? Lucian bot, Lucian mid. We're about to find out. And it looks like going down to the wire here. What is happening?
Wow.
And the Mordekaiser pickup. What is going on here?
Wow.
Looks like a Mordekaiser mid. Is that what I'm seeing here?
I mean, I like it. You take the Mordekaiser and you can just isolate somebody in the map. And it's a Yumi's obviously to throw us off a little bit.
I don't think we're seeing Yumi this game.
You gotta have a little bit of fun with it sometimes.
You gotta consider the possibility of that Mordekaiser being the bot laner with the Rel. Oh, and the Yone coming in.
I like
this team is stacked, looking to fight, looking to slash, looking to dash. And we are going to see a bloodbath on this rift. And it does look to be the Mordekaiser going mid, pretty standard. Lucian going bot with the Rel. Volibear in the jungle. Shen on the top. On the start of macro game, we got Gnar in the top. Nidalee in the jungle. Yone in the mid lane. Samira and Alistair bot. So, both teams, a lot of agency to do a lot of things. A little more map pressure on the side of Valkyrie, but a lot of damage coming out of macro gaming.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the name of the game is who engages first. That's really kind of all it comes down to. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty fun if we get a perfect Mort ult that takes away either a Gnar engage or the Yone engage. But you never know. I mean, it's great if someone ends up ahead on macro gaming. You can just take one for the team.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Yone's E interacts with Mordekaiser ult. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I'm assuming it wouldn't take it out of the ult, but it's definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
I don't know. That's a good question. I've never seen that either, but we'll find out, possibly.
All right, so we got a lot of strong picks here. We're going to be taking a short little break here. We'll be tuning back in when we're a little bit closer to match time, and we'll see you guys soon. Can't wait for this one. All right, tuning in to this next game, Ashen Valkyrie taking on Macro Gaming. We're going to see which team is going to come out on top. All of that aggro damage coming out on the side of Macro versus a very solid, lot of CC team coming out from the side of Valkyrie. Let's see how these teams clash. Let's see what the result's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, an interesting game we got here.
I like to see the Shen plays coming out of here. I think
There's going to be a couple close calls where he ends up just ulting in, and it puts a stop to something.
For sure, for sure. All right, pretty standard starts, and it looks like two people on the side of Macro or AFK reconnected. Interesting. Hopefully they're not having any connection difficulties. We don't want to see that, but looks like a very standard positioning for Valkyrie. Just going for a 5-point defense. Not a lot of... Looks like a 5-point defense on both sides. Not a lot going on. And we will apologize for any audio issues we may have just experienced. Don't worry, they are fixed and will not happen again. And when it does happen again, it's not my fault.
Technically, in your contract, that is.
Well, that's why you never sign a contract without reading it. All right, not a lot going on up here. Looks like Nidalee's going to be starting out on that top side with the Alistair Samira. Not too surprised to see her wanting to path down towards that bot lane. And it looks like Volibear going to be starting out on the red side, looking to path up to that top lane, and two very different starts, and we're going to see where the points of contention are.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just do your red buff, go straight to the enemy blue buff. It's possible.
Definitely possible. So let's see what we got here. Looks like bot lane on the red side is going to have a little bit of advantage on that push. Doesn't look like it will matter. A pretty standard start on all lanes. How do you feel about that top lane matchup, Chase? We got the Gnar versus the Shen. Volibear would have had a little bit more trouble, but I feel like Shen might be able to hold its ground.
Yeah, I mean, Shen is just such a good champion, even in counter matchups and everything. He's able to always find a way to do a damage or stay in lane or anything along those lines. So that's why I love seeing Shen picked.
And Shen is going to be havoc for Macro Gaming in that mid game, getting that level 6, getting those ultimates off, affecting bot lane play. Always going to be a little bit of an advantage. But in bot lane, looks like they're already getting the damage out. Got the early level 2, going on to the Rel. Just not enough damage to finish it off. That's going to be heal and ignite burned on the side of Macro for just the exhaust out of Rel. A pretty good trade-off coming out on the side of Valkyrie. And Gnar is looking to enforce his dominance again in the top lane. Had a rocky showing early last game he played, but ended up being a huge force in that game later. And it looks like he might be up to his old tricks. Volibear sidesteps the east, spreading the second bounce. Gnar's gonna have to commit his flash.
Wow, the damage alone on Volibear is able to just solo the Gnar out. I mean, I don't think he was even expecting that. He still has flash. He held on to it. He says,
I think at that point, if you're the Gnar, you know that if you flash, you're just going to get followed by the Volibear and you're dying either way. May as well hold on to that flash, so the repeat ganks are a little bit more difficult. But yeah, there it is. The Gnar. We expected that Volibear to be going for an early gank top, and sure enough, and Volibear is looking to repeat already. And Gnar is not going to expect coming in from this angle. Can Gnar get out in time? He has the minion wave. What path will Volibear take to complete this game? Going around Power side. That's going to cut off one of Gnar's escape routes. But Gnar, can he just walk it out? We will never know because the camera is in the wrong spot, pot into the bot lane. Gnar, the flash committed by the Shen. Flash gone from the Gnar. Flash gone from the Volibear. That is an advantage going towards the Gnar. A lot of towers dying to the turret from Shen.
3 gank bot, and the simple Lucian dash just puts an end
Nothing
to that.
happens there. Gnar not looking too bad after that last gank, but there is definitely a concerted effort to put pressure on this Gnar early, trying to keep Shen in the game. And on the opposite story for Macro Gaming, looking to put pressure on the bot side, get that Samira fed, and look to get her pentakills this game.
No, I mean, I like what Macro Gaming did. They saw the repeat game top. I mean, it puts Nidalee ahead. They start saying, let's take away some of his camps from Volibear, and it gives them a nice advantage to start this game off.
Definitely, definitely. It's going to be really interesting to see how Volibear takes that early kill. See if he can snowball that lead for his team. Not too many other opportunities for ganks in this game. There's a pretty good setup mid for the Mordekaiser onto that Yone with the Volibear. They may be looking there. But Yone going in for some damage, not having a fun time against that Mordekaiser. Shields coming in from that Mord, and the damage is too much.
No, I mean, Mord is just one of those champions. He's just great. He's great in every aspect of the games in terms of damage, sustain, tankiness. He just can do it all, and I think it's an excellent pick coming out of Valkyrie.
For sure, for sure. Right, top lane looks to be a fairly even matchup at the moment. We've got both flash.
Oh, pushes them right on the tower, but the Rel just so tanky.
Just gets out of there with ease, but they're not done yet. They want to keep going, but Volibear is here. Alistair is in the wrong position, and Alistair is going down. A kill onto the Lucian. Good counter gank by the Volibear. Sneaking in through the river and giving his team a greater advantage.
Yeah, this Volibear is just straight on fire in my book right now. He just knows the map, he knows the gameplay, and he just keeps rolling with all stuff, giving his team a nice little advantage.
Yone looking to trade in the mid lane. Feels he's a bit stronger, or maybe just relying on that E to get out. Still doesn't have the better form of that trade against the
No, I mean, I think his plan here is just to back, so try to queue a little damage. Maybe keep Mord in lane so he's hurt some more and engage when he comes back.
Ooh,
but
top lane. Seeing the dive onto the Shen, and Shen's one of those champions that can easily turn around a dive. They think better of it, decide not to force the issue, and Nidalee will just go back to clearing her camps. But already a CS advantage showing for that Gnar, really flexing his muscles and trying to bully this Shen out of lane. Oh, the ultimate by the Gnar with the W, and it's going to be enough, just not enough. One auto, just barely. And doesn't have the flash to follow through. Couldn't quite get the long enough
angle. That is a tilting moment for the Gnar. I mean, you have such good plays. You know the tower range. You know you can get away with, but just the 5 HP from the Shen stays alive.
A good timer for this Gnar, though, to back. Gnar's going to look to actually stay for a little bit longer and push the turret, but we got a fight in the mid lane here. Shen coming in to back up his mid laner. Doesn't seem to matter.
And this is going to be
Alistair's getting a little caught out.
Trouble for the Alistair here. He's going down. I mean, nothing you can do. He gets abandoned by his team. His team really can't do much anyways.
Most definitely. All right. A good play by that Shen with good awareness, good call out to get that ultimate in there, and eventually it led to a kill. Alistair, 2 deaths so far. Not really having the same showing he had last game, but we'll see if he can pull it around.
Yeah, I mean, you hope so. He's got the level disadvantage here. I mean, you saw that last fight. He's level 4. Not easy to come back.
Getting the damage onto the Mordekaiser, committing the ignite. Not quite enough to finish him off. Is going to shove this wave in, maybe force the TP out of the Mordekaiser. And Mordekaiser a little greedy on that back, but it doesn't look like Yone has the vision for him. And a nice dragon going in on the side of Valkyrie. Looks like Valkyrie is in the driver's seat for this game. Already up a K gold, not even 10 minutes into the game. Dragon advantage. All lanes doing well. Top lane, a little bit suspect, but honestly, if I'm in Valkyrie's position, looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, I say keep these picks up with Volibear. Just keep getting this stuff. They're not suspecting it. They can't stop it right now.
No,
just keep rolling with it.
All right. Gnar in the top lane, looking to put more poke onto that Shen. Ooh, Shen getting the trade back on. Those little trades by the Shen using his W. Gnar can't do anything if he can't auto attack. That is for sure.
That's right. And, you know, you get a fun little bit of 5 maximum HP there with your grass. So it's always nice to see that.
For sure. For sure. All right. A little bit of pressure going in on that bot lane. Doesn't appear to amount to much. Got nothing really to play for on the map. Dragon down for another almost 4 minutes on that. Now looking to almost freeze the wave on this side. Possibly get some pressure onto the Shen. Shen looking to clear that vision. He's going to get walked out of the lane. Going to have to take a long way back to the wave. Might miss some minions. Doesn't look to be too bad for him. And looks like they're setting up for a play bot here. Now, they do have the vision to combat this, so we are going to see if it leads to anything. Nidalee thinks better of it, goes back, walks to the river, looks mid. Will she pick up the ward in the river? Doesn't look like it. Going to be spotted out for this gang. Mordecai just has to play back. Not going to play up and get caught. Looks like we'll be fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing I love about Mordekaiser, right? You can overextend kind of a little bit. All of a sudden, someone comes out from the bushes, you're getting ganked. Hey, guess what? I just ulted you. I'm in a 1v1 right now. And if you ever win that 1v1 with Mord, you're coming out on top. The other person's getting pretty scared, and they're either running away or they're picking you off if you're low HP.
Going to be very interesting to see who comes out better in a 1v1 of the Yone and the Mordekaiser. Yone looking still to take those trades in the mid lane. And a decent amount of damage going in. Pulls him into the Death Realm. Going to be really interesting to see if Yone can get out. Looks like Mordekaiser thought better of it. That is Mordekaiser ult expended. But for a lot of HP on to the Yone.
Yeah, and a good back away. I mean, he realizes that Yone's pulling over to his side. He's just saying, listen, I'm not going to risk it. I don't know where everybody else is. I'm just going to chill out.
Oh, and a decent amount of damage going on to the Mordekaiser from the Nidalee. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough here. But Yone's coming back in. Volibear coming in from the side. Shen over the top. And Yone may not be long for this world. Fall with the Nidalee. Both are going to go down.
Kills. Wow. I mean, that is excellent.
Oh, can they turn around in the bot lane? It looks like they're going to get more kills in the bot as well. 4 kills going over across the map for the side. Oh, and a return kill by the Alistar. Instead of being a 4-for-0, Alistar turns it into a 3-for-1. Good play by the Alistar, but all around, not the best situation.
Look at this. Action, action, action. This is what I love to see right here. Amazing ultimate.
Gnar is not going to be able to get out of this one. Volibear's going to chase him down. That E damage with the smite.
Goodness.
Gnar is gone.
Incredible. The damage from this Volibear is just insane right now. I mean, his map presence is known. It's known. I mean, even ganking the Mordekaiser, you saw that. Then Nidalee has to flash away thinking that they has it.
Unreal action going on in the early game.
Seriously, and I like it. It's kind of a little bit of a change of pace from what we've been seeing from the previous games. They've just been rolling with it. We've normally seen, all right, I got a couple kills. Let's kind of play it safe. We got the lead if in case a team fight comes. But not Valkyrie. Valkyrie says, we got the lead. Let's keep this lead. Let's keep pushing and extending this lead.
And that Volibear looking absolutely massive right now. 4-0-1, making all the plays early game. Always in the right place at the right time. And got Macro Gaming on their heels. Going to be really interesting to see where he can take it from here. All lanes at a slight disadvantage.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the kill from the Alistar kind of saves a little bit of tilt because you put your team on the board. That Lucian was surviving with less than probably 50 HP for like 3 separate times down there before he finally went down. So nice pickup.
Gonna be really interesting to see if Samira and Yone can get back into the game. Those are 2 massive points of power for Macro Gaming. It's going to be really interesting to see if there's enough there. Volibear looking for the gank on the bot again. Looks like he is going to have it. Samira, not long for this world, going down.
Beautiful. And this Volibear, I mean, play after play after play.
Bad going to worse on the side of Macro Gaming. You really hate to see it. Rift Herald pop down, gonna also lead into the Drake, and a strong showing so far from Valkyrie. Wants to get that last game, the taste of that last game out of their mouth and move on to this game, and they are ready to feast. It's going to be
nice little dragon pickup right there. And we'll just get a quick reset from really both teams in the scenario right here. But Valkyrie coming out big.
Definitely. Going out with the guns swinging so far. Volibear 4-0-2 now. Lucian 2-1-1. Rel is 1-0-3. Everyone getting a piece of this pie right now. No one's going hungry. And going to be really interesting to see where Macro Gaming can look to get their advantages back into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, your advantage relies on, I'd say, two ultimates here, the Gnar ult and the Yon ult. If you can get some big plays off that, then you're in for some work. But Nidalee, when you're behind, and you seriously feel it. That champion relies off a snowball, off a level 2, or a quick gank to kind of get that extra power in there. So if spears start doing damage, you can poke them all down. But not what we've seen so far.
Definitely. Looks like we're going to see an early swap of lanes. Bot lane looking to put pressure on that top turret. John's going to have to use that ultimate to get out.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, the thought of just 1v1ing that Volibear caused you to instantly ult out. That's when you know you have some power on the map.
Most definitely, that Volibear is looking to snowball his lead. Gnar, a little over-aggressive. The tilt might be setting in a little early for that
I
Gnar.
mean, he was given an ultimatum there, right? He knows they're setting up for a dive. He says, listen, I'm going to do my best.
And Samira is not going to be having any fun. Volibear, one step ahead. They have the Shen. Alistair, you're not where you want to be. Gets the flash out. Gonna get out, but at what cost? A 10-1 kill advantage and 5k gold going on the side of Ashen Valkyrie. Alistair into the steel cage, going for a brawl. Does Mordekaiser even have the damage? Doesn't matter. Alistair going to go down. And
they're doing what they can.
Like they
pick up the Mordekaiser.
Nidalee continuing to chase with the Gnar. Do they have enough? The Rel going.
The Mega Gnar coming out here. Boom!
Going off, and this might be the fight Macro Gaming was looking for the whole time.
That absolutely is the fight that Macro Game was looking for. I mean, they held on, and are they gonna be able to?
Looks like Rel is gonna get out.
Oh! And survives with a sliver of HP.
Ooh, but at the end of the day, a really good turnaround by Macro Gaming, taking a bad situation and making the best of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the fight like there. And we're getting...
another. Oh, my goodness. Way too over-aggressive by the Gnar again. Wanting to get it all back in one play, pushing the envelope, and it's going to end up costing him. Good play by the Lucian to kite that out.
Yeah, I mean, right idea, but, I mean, the Lucian, he's got 4 kills at this point. It's kind of hard to take him down. I mean, I still think the last fight from Macro Gaming, it gives you a little bit of a motivation saying here, listen, you know, we won a fight. It was pretty good. And let's kind of take that. Let's kind of force it in here. The confined spaces like that when you're in the jungle is really where Macro Gaming is going to excel when Valkyrie doesn't have really any space to move around.
No, for sure. It's
nice little smite.
Really interesting to see what Macro Gaming does. Vision getting choked out. Dragons already a 2-dragon deficit with full control on the side of Valkyrie for the next dragon coming up in just a minute. Can Macro find a little bit of over-aggression on Valkyrie and capitalize on it again? I can't imagine Valkyrie makes the same mistake twice.
No, and I mean, you notice just the gold lead just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's hard to stop these. I'd say it's hard to stop this Lucian and the Volibear alone.
Whew. Massive gold lead by that Volibear. 1,500 gold on that. Mid lane, another 500. A massive gold lead in that bot side. A huge difference maker in this game. And a big reason why they're in the position they are. The Samira Alistair not proving to be the strongest pick in this situation. And with full vision control of the bot side, they are going to look to just move their pressure right into this dragon. And I don't know if Macro is going to have pressure. Mega Gnar just expiring now. Will not be available for this next fight if they choose to fight on the dragon immediately. A very questionable play by the Gnar to pop his Mega so early. Not as punishing as it used to be, but I don't know if he'll be able to build up that rage bar in time.
Yeah, and just Rel and Mordekaiser are able to zone off 5 people here. Kind of amazing that Macro Gaming is just letting that happen.
Yeah, no one wants to get pulled into the steel cage deathmatch by the Mordekaiser.
No, they don't. And if I'm Macro Gaming, I say, listen, Lucian's huge. We're going to try to get a pick off him. But I almost guarantee they're going to forget the Shen ult that's coming on that Lucian to give him some survivability.
Definitely not out of the game yet if you're macro gaming, but you definitely have to play near perfect. Can't get caught, can't get too aggressive. You have to take what Valkyrie gives you. And if Valkyrie doesn't give them anything, they may not have a dog left in this fight.
No, I mean, right? Still could be anybody's game. It's definitely a great start, but I think that last fight kind of proved that macro gaming has something there.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But it's going to be very interesting to see if they can get any advantages anywhere. They're going to have to rely on this Gnar and the Yone on the split pushes. See if they can pull that team apart, prevent the 5v5 fights, and maybe get some one-on-one advantages. Looks like, will the Yone just complete this recall? Doesn't look like he wants any part of that Mordekaiser. And if I were him, I wouldn't either.
No, nobody does. The guy...
Gnar, fearless as ever, going in for a fight on that bot lane. Doesn't look like it's going to amount to too much. Shen dodging that Q, getting used to his patterns. And nothing going on down there. Full vision control on the side of Valkyrie, clearing out every speck on the map. A really, really good showing by Valkyrie so far.
Really, I mean, Valkyrie, they know their limits. They're able to take control of the jungle. They're able to take control of top lane, forcing macro gaming to just walk around saying, listen, we got to wait for something. When is this going to happen?
Definitely. All right. Looks like they are just continuing to push their advantage. Every lane getting shoved in. When it spawns, just trying to keep the pressure, keeping the minions toward their towers so they can't push up their vision line. Really smart play by Valkyrie, keeping the pressure on. And with Baron on the map, they could choose to rotate to that at any time and force the hand of macro.
Yeah, but do we see a Baron before the Dragon? That's the big question that I'm wanting to know here.
I'd say this might lead to something here.
See
The
a
Gnar
chase
on
down
the
here with
chase
the
down.
Gnar.
And with Gnar, those chase downs never ever end. Another speed up. It'll be enough. The flash has to come out to dodge the W. And that's no flash on Shen. Going to be a little bit of power taken away from him. But this will be an opportunity.
A two-man Baron.
Two-man Baron. And that is enough. They don't expect anything. Oh, and it looks like the Nidalee taking him by the Mordekaiser. Baron going to go over on top of it. Yone trying to salvage. Does he have enough? Doesn't look like it's Samira going in. And it is too little, too late. Everyone gonna go down here. There goes the Gnar. Alistair scurries on out of there like the rat he is, but it doesn't matter. This game is close to ending.
No, and that whole play that we're kind of seeing here from Valkyrie was pretty much just as good as the Arby's Super Melt I had earlier today.
Oh, that thing was as delicious as it was disgusting.
Amen.
Amen. And it looks like this game is not going to be going on for much longer. Free mid lane inhibitor. Can't imagine they're going for the turrets yet, but they're going to snowball this right into the top lane inhibitor. And if you're macro gaming, you're looking for any opportunity. A 10k disadvantage down. What is that? 12 kills. 6-0 on the towers. There is no avenue left if you're macro gaming. And looking like it's going to be their first loss of the split. Now, you got to give them credit. They're the only team so far to have to play 3 games, and they're getting a little tired by that third one, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. You know, the luck has just run out.
Yeah. I'm actually getting confirmation right now that, little known fact on macro gaming, 3 of the players are actually related.
No.
Yeah. So, really hope it doesn't cause any discourse within the family after this game.
No, I mean,
tensions might run high.
Exactly. Seriously, I mean, you spend a little more extra time in the bathroom so the other one can't get in the shower and they miss their job interview.
I know. That's the worst situation imaginable. And you know what they say? Nothing's more serious in the world than League of Legends. But hold that thought. We got Gnar getting ransacked along with that tower. Destroyed by the Lucian, by the Mordekaiser. Volibear coming in from Narnia. Going in onto that Gnar. Thinks better of it, but That engaged by the Volibear with his mythic item. Good lord. Anyone try to escape that, I dare you.
You can't. It's one of those champions. You love seeing it on him and Rammus. It's just so great.
Alistair.
Oh, my lord.
Trying to engage.
Huge ultimate.
It does not bring scrap to the shed. Why? Why? I wanted to see the fight, please. But it might be too little too late. The Narc
massive.
All the damage is gone. Not enough. A great engage by Macro, but the gold will tell the story. That is not going to be enough. Yon, just a few more hits to being killed, and he will go down.
Finished.
That will be the game. They're going to pick up that mid lane wave, pick up the bot lane wave, crash that into the Nexus, and it looks like Valkyrie is going to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and you got to think to yourself, how do you survive that? I mean, ult after ult after ult just came your way. They were in a small little area. They got hit by everything, and they lived.
I know. It really, really tough game coming out of Macro. Coupled with bad decisions just snowballed, and honestly, surprising they can't finish the game here. Just getting enough people off the side of Valkyrie, so they didn't have the firepower to end that game. I thought for sure it was over, but
yeah,
it looks like
I thought so too. But the death timers kind of saved them on that. They probably could have won the back-to-back fight, but might as well play it safe. Just pick up the soul here.
Yeah, well, that is going to be Winsoul going over to the side of Valkyrie and just add more fuel to the fire because this thing is blazing
seriously.
right now.
I mean, what do you think? Think the game goes long enough to see our first Elder Dragon, or is this one going to be done beforehand?
We're not going to see an Elder this game. This game doesn't last 6 more minutes. It's going to be, they're just going to group up on that top lane turret, slowly siege it out. And there's just nothing that Macro can do to solve it. You saw right there, they got a perfect layered engage there. Just didn't have the damage, didn't have the gold, didn't have the items to counteract it. And it basically shows you Valkyrie could just play with their food right now.
Yeah.
Do whatever they want.
I know, it is kind of silly. They're just letting them do whatever. I mean, they'll get some farm with the inhib pushed in, but is it going to be enough? I just don't think so.
It is a tough one to call, but I have to say at the end of the day, it is going to look like more of the same. If Macro can pull this off, we are going to easily have the best game of the season.
Oh my goodness, a beautiful mortal. Absolutely amazing.
You can't fault Macro for looking for the play, but he is too little, too late. Alistair going in there, popping his ult, doing absolutely nothing, but they're trying their best, but their best was never enough. Not for their parents, not for this game.
No, and that's just the push down, push down, push down.
And
it's going to be the end of the game here. 25 kills.
25
by
kills
Valkyrie.
to 6 in 27 minutes, almost a kill a minute. 26 kills, 1 kill away from a kill a minute. What a showing by Ashen, Valkyrie. And my word, we thought Macro would be one of the front runners, but we might be seeing something different here.
No, so I think those early Volibear gangs kind of swept them off their feet. They never just got back into the game. It kept
7-1-10 on that Volibear, 1-1-16 on that Shen, 7-1-4 on the Mordekaiser, 9-2-7 on the Lucian, and 2-1-13 on the Rel. No one dying more than twice on that team. What an impressive showing out of Valkyrie.
Seriously, I mean, Valkyrie, they found their spot. I would love to see if they keep something like that up, if this is just going to be the dominant face of the league here, or they just had an excellent game.
All right, we are going to be kicking it over to a short little break after that one, but we already had the interview queued up immediately. We are going to be going into that interview in just a moment, and who do we have it with today? Who's the lucky winner? All right, Zach. What? Adam.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Nice to meet you. Who were you playing that last game?
I was the Mordekaiser.
You were the Mordekaiser.
Like
nice play going on there. A really strong showing from your team, bouncing back from the first one. What'd you guys do to turn that one around?
I mean, we just got hybrid diffed. Like our jungle decided to win the game.
Yeah.
Hey, did he ever? That guy was all over the place. That Volibear was looking fierce.
Yeah, he really was. I mean, you had some excellent plays here. Just straight dominance coming out of you. I mean, there's a couple
I
times
mean,
where Nidalee came to gank you and Jinna just flashing out. Couldn't do it.
No, but when you have
Yeah,
that kind of advantage.
I was just reading my abilities and then pressing them on them, and then I was winning because I'm Mordekaiser, I guess.
There you go.
That's
Sometimes it's just that simple. Winning in the champion select, snowballing with that Volibear. All right. And you would say that's who you give the MVP to this game is your Volibear hybrid?
No, I think our Rel really carried the draft. Like without the Rel, we wouldn't have that like outstanding team comp to win the game.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You guys could do everything. You had Engage, you had Peel, you had the global pressure by the Shen. Every lane coming out on top. And a much better showing from the first one, wouldn't you say?
No, I think you guys did absolutely excellent. I mean, there wasn't really anything you could even, take away. You guys
Just a one
dominant.
almost
Yeah.
a kill a minute. 27-minute game and 26 kills. You don't see that too often. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, it's just get used to it, I guess. It's gonna happen a bunch more.
Oh, I like that.
That is the kind of attitude we love seeing in the SLS. That confidence, and we are looking forward to seeing that in your upcoming games. All right. Well, anything else to add, Chase, before we cut this one off?
I mean, I just think you guys did an excellent job, and I really do hope to see, some more great gameplay from you. We'll see what other champions you guys get out, because you know that Mordekaiser is going to be banned from you from here on out.
Yeah. My
Yep.
Mordekaiser is pretty crazy, I guess.
Yep.
but-
So I'm excited to see what you got for us when we see you next.
Yeah, all right. You keep slaying, you keep dominating out there, and we're going to see you soon, I can imagine, in another interview. So great job, and we are going to slowly wrap this one up. Thank you for joining us, and good luck on the next one.
And congratulations
for
on
having
the
me.
win.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Well, wow. Crazy games coming out today. A little bit slow in the first one, but it was pedal to the metal in the second one, and a one-sided stomp.
Yeah, I mean, a one-sided stomp from a team that we saw 2-0 yesterday. So, I mean, it just goes to show that, no one's immune in this league.
For sure. Macro looking to come out as the front runner, but Valkyrie said, hold on, not so fast. Let's try this game. And they just brought the steamroller out and just kept going forward.
Yeah.
Flattening that team. Absolutely. Every single avenue, every advantage Macro thought they could get,
Gone.
destroyed.
Stripped away.
Nothing
from 'em.
left.
I mean, moral of the story, don't let them get Volibear, and don't let them get Mordekaiser. Don't let them get Rel. Don't let them get Lucian. And
They're going to
don't let
run out
them
of
get anyone.
bands, my guy.
I know.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to the first week of the SLS. It's only going to get better from here. We're going to see you guys next Thursday, 8 p.m. Make sure to hit that follow button. Make sure to hit that notification button, and we will see you guys soon.
And as always, the first pentakill of the league, Pat will shave his head.